This morning in studio, we are joined by Jason Everett of the Morden Legion. Jason, welcome here.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in to talk about all things Remembrance Day. Two events for the Morden Legion, the first of which is on Friday.
Yes, so on Friday we have our Remembrance Day banquet at the Morden Legion. It is $25 a ticket, so that includes a supper. We're going to have a speaker come out as well, and they're going to talk about their family connections and their experience going into Europe and touring through battlegrounds. Cocktails are at 5:30 and supper at 6:30. All are welcome.
Is the banquet something that you've always had, or something relatively new to the Legion, or how long have you had it?
The banquet has been around for a long time, but of course, over the last few years, we hadn't done it. Last year was the first year we had it back again, and we had a fantastic turnout, and we're really hoping for the same again. The meal is fantastic, and it's just a really fun night to get to visit and to hear a great speaker.
And the banquet's open to anybody who'd like to attend?
Yes, it is.
And same thing for then Saturday morning. What does the Remembrance Day service all have in store for the Morden Legion?
So on November 11th, Saturday, at 10:45, we'll hold our Remembrance Day ceremony at the Access Event Center in Morden. Again, all are welcome to attend. More than welcome to show up, obviously, before 10:45, get a seat. We're expecting that we'll have a full house. So, if you can arrive early, that's fantastic. And yeah, it'll be a really nice ceremony. And then we will go down. Anybody's welcome to come down to our Legion afterwards for a drink or a snack.
And you're excited to have it back at the Access Event Center this year?
Yeah, it's we've held it outdoors the last couple of years, which has been a really, I'll say it's been a really interesting experience to hold it right at Confederation Park, right at the Cenotaph. But we do understand that colder weather makes that more difficult, and we want everybody to attend, and we want people to show up. So moving it back to Access Event Center, we think is a good way to be able to kind of bring people, younger children, older people maybe aren't. Who don't want to be out in that cold. So, yeah.
Yep. Jason, talk about the importance of continuing to having these types of Remembrance Day services within the Pembina Valley.
Well, it's really about remembrance, which is what the day is called. But it is about remembering as we get further and further away from these battles, but now starting to see war still affects the world to this day, and we really need to understand what happened, why it happened, what was the human cost of to win those wars, and the sacrifices made by Canadians over that time. So it really is important for us to remember and to think about and hear that honor roll, hear those names read of people in our community who gave their life so that we could have freedom and peace.
Certainly. Jason, you yourself have a connection to somebody who served in a world war.
Yeah, my grandfather was a damage control man with the U.S. Navy in World War II and was, at a lot of significant battles in Pearl Harbor and Iwo Jima. And I know as a child growing up, I didn't hear much about that and didn't really know much other than that he was there. And, it's only really in the last few years where I've really understood what happened and what he had to endure during that time. And that again is another important part of that Remembrance Day, where we don't talk about those things very often and we don't hear about them. And this is our opportunity to learn and for our younger generations to really understand what happened.
So year over year at these services, even though you've only been a part of the Legion for about 4 years, do you see the same faces coming back each year and even new ones?
For sure. I know I was attending them prior to being on the executive at our Legion. It's Remembrance Day is an important day, so we always attend it as a family, and we see the same people attend, but we see a lot of new faces too every year, whether that's new people to our community or people who are just kind of finding it and deciding to come out, and we love to see the new faces as well as the people who have been there before.
A great way to connect with many within the community.
It really is. It's a good way to get to understand your community, understand our country, but for people to connect and get to see each other. Yeah.
Certainly. Jason, we appreciate you spending some time and hopefully get a good crowd at the services this weekend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, I'm Nicole Clausen. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have something you'd like to share with the Pembina Valley, we'd love to have you on the morning show. Send us an email at news@pembinavalleyonline.com. And remember, like this video and share it with your friends.